Hello guys! Okay, so this is question 9 of the revision question set of 20 questions. This is a Venn diagram question, so let's have a look. During an exam that has a total of 8 questions, that's important, Paula correctly solved questions 3, 4, 6, 7 and 8. During the same exam, Quentin correctly solved questions 1, 2, 3, 6 and 8. Okay, so we've got two people here. We've got Paula and we've got Quentin. And they are solving questions. So Paula had 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. And Quentin had 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8. Okay. A. Represent this information on the Venn diagram below. P represents the set of questions correctly solved by Paula. That's Paula. And likewise, Q represents the set of questions correctly solved by Quentin. So that's Quentin. Okay, so this is a Venn diagram. So we're going to represent this information in our Venn diagram. And U is the sample space. Why are we doing this? Because it helps us with probability. We're going to understand certain probabilities better by showing it this way. So we want to visualize the questions that are solved by both people. And we've got two sets, right? So what we're doing, the first thing we do, guys, that's important, we're going to look at the questions that have been solved by both. We're going to have a look at this middle part. That's always a good start, okay? So, what are the questions that are solved by Paula and Quentin? Well, I see the 8 is solved by both. We have 6 is solved by both. And we've got 3. Do we have anything else? No, we don't. So we're going to put 3, 6, and 8 up there. Right? Okay, now we're going to fill the remaining things. So Paula has 3, 6, and 8, but she also has 4 and 7. So let's put that here, right? Because that's in here, in this, it's not what Quentin has answered. Okay, so let's see, we've got 4 and 7. And what does Quentin have? Let's take another color, purple. So Quentin has 3, 6, and 8, but he also has 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay, now the crucial step as well. Are we missing something? Well, maybe, because we've got 8 questions in total. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where is 5? Has 5 been replied or answered by anyone? No, Paula didn't solve that one, and Quentin either, but it is in our sample space. So we have to include 5, and we're just going to put it up here. Okay, so that's a crucial element. We need the whole sample space, so we need all our 8 questions in the whole set. So now we do have everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is question A, and then B. This color. What does this mean? So, this is B. The N of P and Q. Okay, so guys, this means or, and this means and. So this is the union, and this is the intersection. Right? So if I would have had P and Q, we would have had this stuff. But we are interested in P or Q. So P or Q is the union. So it means that we have P. We have P, but also Q. So we have the whole thing, everything together. Right? So P or Q is this whole thing. Okay, that is P or Q. And now we're gonna like count how many. So an n in front of it, an n in front of a set means the number of elements. Okay, so we're just going to count how many questions have been solved by either Paula or Quinten. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is what we do. We just count how many have been solved by either Paula or Quinten. So indeed we have 7. Why 7? Because 5 hasn't been solved by one of the two. So this is simply 7. Okay, so this is not a probability anymore. This is simply a number of. Okay, and then C. Find the probability that a question at random has been solved correctly by Paula or Quinten, but not both. Okay, so this is interesting. By Paula or Quinten, but not both. So we are basically gonna count this and this, right? Because we don't want both. This is not allowed, but it must be solved by either Paula or Quinten, but not both. So therefore, we have the probability of Paula or Quinten, not both, will be 4 questions out of how many? 8. So that is 0.5. You see? So this is a Venn diagram question. So indeed, start with the middle point. That's always a good start. So just have a look at what is in common between both sets, and then you fill in what's remaining. Don't forget the value that comes out of it, because we need all the values in our sample space. So all the questions must be in. And then be careful with notation. So this means or, that is the union. So then we take the whole thing between those two sets. And if we have this means and. So that must be A and B. So we have the middle part, or P and Q. N means the number of elements in a set. So if I have this, for example, this would be the number of elements in set A. Okay? And what else? What is important here? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, well, I hope this helps. Good luck. See you in the next video.